Hello, welcome back to WINFXTRADING YouTube channel, the only channel that has not optimized to make you rich trading the forex synthetic market. Okay, if this is your first time of visiting my YouTube channel, do your best to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you get notified each time I upload a new content. Try to like and recommend these channels to your network so that YouTube pushes to a high level of audience. Okay. In today's topic, we talk about trenches trader trading strategy. So, what is trenches? Okay, trenches is I don't want to define trenches in the traditional manner, but I want to define trenches based on what can help you as a losing trader. Okay, trenches is when your source of income is so low than the amount of money that the market is taking away from you. You are characterized with trenches lifestyle. Okay, you are making money, but the rate at which the market is taking away your money is very high, meaning that you actually lose everything you have and you still owe the broker, which means even if you are making money in the future, all the money will go back to broker. So in this video is going to deliver you and make you a trenches trader who is now rich and no longer poor, or no longer living the life of trenches. Okay, the aim is to convert you from living a trenches life into living a luxurious life. Okay, but if you don't have this strategy, if you don't have a working strategy, it's not that I'm going to open all the core part of this strategy. No, I'm going to give a preamble, a kind of a little bit about it. But if you want to get a full strategy, the course has been pre-recorded and it is in a private YouTube playlist. Once you enroll for the course, once you register for the course, you will receive the PDF and the course. Okay, this course can help you to take any small amount of capital to infinity. You can also grow any type of account as fast as possible. Okay, so you need this strategy. Right now it's selling at $500, but soon it's going to go up to $1,500. Okay, so that is by the way. Okay, so ask yourself this question: are you a trenches trader? Where are you from? Where are you coming from? What is your source of income? Like, which type of person are you? Are you already a rich person who is trying to make more money trading? Or are you an average person who wants to boost his state of living? Or are you a trenches, like somebody? Are you a trenches person? Somebody that is actually going from spoon to spoon? Like, you make money and you just spend it without any saving. You are not growing financially. Okay, are you that type of person? This video is for you. Okay, you really want to be financially free. You don't want to go back to the trenches. Okay, you want to come up to the city and live a luxurious life. Watch this video to the end and try to get that course to fast forward your progress. Okay, right now I'm going to start. We have these key things you have to know before you produce a signal. What are the trend? Trend is there. Okay, support. Okay, resistance. Okay, demand. Okay, supply. Okay, then change of trend. Change of trend. Okay, these things you need to know them. There are other things you're supposed to know, which includes pattern, chart pattern, um You have to know key levels, swings. Um, this is not going to be swing. Market structure, okay? Market structure, okay? Which has to do with swings, turning points, okay? I'm not going to go back and explain each of those terms. No, what I'm going to do right here is go direct to practical. I don't have time to talk too much here. Okay, you see, in most of my video I used to make it longer, but I want this time around. I think some of the themes, the series that I'll be uploading um, in the future will be short videos. Yes, because I have actually put in the energy to create long videos just to make you become a successful trader. Okay, right now, um, I'll just do some. I will start the practical part of this. This is price axis and this is time axis. Okay, and this is price. Okay, so if we have an uptrending market, then in the past, the market actually ranges for some time and break out and start trending upwards, trending upwards, trending upwards. Okay. So as a trenches trader, if you understand the history of this range, every range have history. If you understood the history of this range by using certain techniques, because there are techniques such as length differentials. So let's assume there is a price action or action signal that created this characteristic length. Okay, I draw it as a straight line, but in reality it's not a straight line. That will be a kind of sinusoidal forms like wave. Okay, that will happen along this line. But if you are able to predict this, if you're able to know this in the chart, and then this range happen, you as a trenches trader, you are going to cash these outputs from this support level. Okay, you don't want to miss the output. You don't want to start the output because you see it. You have to predict the output. Instead of entering this output here or entering elsewhere, you have to definitely enter on this support that the range created, because when it was ranging, they actually created a support. That is where you're supposed to enter this market as a trenches trader. That way, you can have high risk reward. If you're a flipper, or if you are the one that used to scalp, you can use big lot size at such entry price, because the drawdown is basically close to zero, meaning that any lot size you use, you are going to hit big profit. So why will you use small lot size when you know that there is no drawdown? No, you can never use small lot size when the drawdown is zero. You will use all the loss, like you use the highest lot size acceptable when you know that the drawdown is zero. You use the biggest, the infinite lot size. Okay, and that is when you become when you are going to become a rich trader so fast. You become a billionaire trader so fast. Okay, now where a lot of trader become so um like they become so loss driven, like where they cannot be able to achieve this, is when they lack the patience, when they lack the smartness, and when they lack the real technical, that there are technical uh there are technical approaches to trading, but for you to get the real one, you actually need to be under the mentorship of someone that have actually deployed such in their trading. Okay, and that is what we are using. So what I'm trying to tell you here is these things that I have mentioned, if you don't have them in the right way, you are not going to be a real successful trader. You will still be in the trenches. Okay, so I'm going to give another illustration. So we have the price as this like this and the time as this like this, which is horizontal. The price is P. And so we have a market that ranges, okay, suddenly break out and start trading downwards. Okay. A trenches trader will study the history of this range just as I've said in the past. But definitely he will know that there were some downtrend that happened in the past, and so this is a range so that he will predict this breakout. So he will enter this market on a support level, on a resistance level, I'm sorry, but not elsewhere. Not elsewhere. If you're entering elsewhere, you are going to be having big drawdowns, and this will reduce your risk reward, and you will not be able to become rich. For you to be rich, you have to be super fast. You have to make huge amount of money in the shortest possible amount of time, and then you go into other investment like real estate or investing in lands and other stuff that really, you know, are profitable to involve yourself with. Okay, so that's cool. I think I've taken around 11 minutes to talk about this. Let's go to the charts and okay, like let's go to the chart and actually get a signal using what I'm saying. Um, I'm going to add something to this to to Lozrius to Lozrius successful trader. Okay, you guys to have that luxurious life to show that you are really successful. Like uh, people have to see you live that lifestyle of successful trader. Okay, trader. Okay, so that's cool. It's a kind of transformation. You need to transform into a luxurious successful trader. Okay, let's okay. You see the topic. I just edited it in case. So you get a recap of this trenches trader trading strategy to luxurious successful trader. Right now, let's go to the chart. You see, as a trenches trader, you are hungry. You are hungry to buy that car. You are hungry to build that house. You are hungry to get this, to get that, to invest in this property, to invest in this land, to put your money into other businesses. You have this hungry. Even if you don't know, you must know it now as you are watching this video. You have that hunger, okay? I'm sorry, you have that hunger, okay? How do you satisfy this hunger? If you're hungry, how do you satisfy your hunger? You have to go and eat the food that you like and you love the most at that point in time to improve and increase your utility, okay? So, right now, for you to satisfy your hunger as a trader, which is to make massive amount of profit, to make infinite profit, to grow your account to a bigger amount and cash it out to start other businesses that will actually make you a wealthy individual or organization. Okay, just like a hedge funds or other big company owners, who started off from this trading of a thing. Okay, now how do you make this thing to work? How do you make this thing happen? Okay, now that's your $100. If you are not careful, you are going to lose this. Like you are going to lose it up to more than 10 times, 100 times as time goes on. That's your small capital. That's your $10, that's your $100, that's your $200, that's your $500, that's your even $1,000. $1,000 is not enough to enter the Forex market for you to make a good amount of profit, for you to make substantial amount of profit. You need from $10,000, $100,000, $1,000,000. So for that your small capital, how do you actually make this thing become a million or $1 billion asset? How do you grow it? How do you multiply it so that you can start, living life as a rich person? How do you do that? As a business driven person, how do you do that? Okay. Now let's assume the volatility is 75, or let's use ZAR USD because ZAR USD is the biggest asset like is the most lucrative asset that can make you rich overnight using small capital. Okay, so now I'm going to open this asset and we're going to start looking at this. Now, as a trenches trader, you don't want to rush things. You want to have patience and you want to get the best. You want to meditate on this market for in a long-term view, because you want to stack position. You want to convert your profit into a new profit. You want to compound your profit. Even as the old profits are running, you are taking those, you are using high-level mathematical principle to calculate loss size in order to add new position. And one of the problem here is most of you don't actually have the formula to do this. When you subscribe to our VIP signals or you enroll for our courses, we teach you, we give you this formula and we teach you how to deploy it. Okay, so I don't have to talk more about these VIP signal services, mentorship, courses, and all of that. It's left for you to take action about them by visiting us on Telegram channel so that we keep you through. We put you through, we keep you on what is right, on what is profitable, and what is going to make you rich. Okay, so right now I'm not going to waste my time on lower time frame. Now, never you depend on lower time frame, because they are going to actually lose your money many times. Go to higher time frame, understand the long term view of the market. This is monthly. So now, as a good trader, I'm sorry, as a trenches trader that want to make it, of which you need to be good at what you're doing for you to make it, right? I will be actually looking at range state in the monthly time frame. There is a range that is happening here, okay? Then I will consider the history that created that range. There is a history here based on what I have been explaining in the beginning of these videos. So this is the history is upward movement. We have about 3 bullish monthly candle that shows buying strength. There is a volume spread to the buy direction. Okay, so when this range dies off, what I do, not even to wait when it dies off. No, I want big risk reward, right? So I will consider the support level of this range. So there is support here. Immediately go tap into the support and buying good. I'm going to go full margin. Let's assume that I have a $100 account, so I'm entering here and I'm expecting gold to attain this price. This is over. This is close to 300 pips. At 300 pips, let's assume I just risk. Let's assume I enter this trade here, and then I'm risking around. Like I enter this trade at this price. Remember, this is monthly, and I'm risking around 10 points. That is 100 pips. Okay, so but let's use point now. 10 points. Let's assume I risk around 10 points. Okay, so when gold is here, I've generated over 300 points, so the risk reward is 30. So 30 times $100 is that $3,000. That means you are getting $3,000 at the spot. Then you don't need to fear. What you need to do is to wait for gold to create another trading range. So in the monthly time frame, you see, you are strategic. So that is what it means to be a higher time frame trader. Okay, you are using higher time frame like monthly to see the bigger picture in the market. So you wait for this range and look at the low price in the range. You look at the low price in the range, and what do you do? You go full margin on the $1,000 profit, on the $3,000 profits. Like after the pullback, the profit will fall to around, let's say, 2,000 or 1,500, and then you add more position using this $1,500. By the time gold is coming to here, you know how much you are going to be making, because this is around 800 points. If you manage to use up to 5 lot size, if you add up to 5 lot size, then this 800 points is going to pay you around because that 800 points is around 80,000 pips. Yeah, I'm sorry, 8,000 pips. So that 8,000 pips, if you deploy 5 lot size, you are making over $100,000. I will not be able to calculate it, but you're supposed to do it yourself. Okay, you are making over $100,000. With $100,000, you can actually start a new business. Before you know it, you become a wealthy person doing this shit. Okay, so but don't come to forex market and lose your money from year to year. Up to 10 years, you are still losing money. But this is not what you need to do. Watch this video over and over again. Try to be proactive by joining us. Get our VIP services. Get our courses. Get our signal services. That is VIP signal service. Okay, get our mentorship as well. Thank you and bye for now.